You've got a tough life. Come here. I've got something that'll help. Because I went there to escape. And I did. It worked. It was perfect for me. It's a product that's designed to zone you out, take you to another place, and take over your brain so that you don't have to think. And it worked perfectly until the solution became a bigger problem than the problem.
I'm a nurse and I work nights.
Fantastic. It's only 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm not ready to go home. I'll put in more.
$50 skin? What? It's gone? What are you looking at, for goodness sake? Driving my luck away.
We were just talking, sitting in front of the TV, and he started crying and said that he didn't have any money left in his account. I was literally alone with the child and nobody else around me. Even the relatives that I thought were there wouldn't talk to me anymore, so... Sorry.
Let me entertain you. Let me see you smile. And if you're real good, I'll make you feel good. I'm very versatile. Let me entertain you. And we'll have a real good time. Oh, yes, sir. We'll have a really time
in your car.
They're not mine.
You said we didn't have any money.
They're not mine.
That's good.
Neil got in my car. They're his tickets. They're not mine. I got shit every day. Those years in the police force sent me mental. If I want to have a bet, I'll have a bet. Sorry.
That's fine, Ken.
Three Sides of the Coin is essentially about creating theatrical scenes around gambling with people who are recovering from gambling and those who've been affected by gambling. And we take those scenes out into the wider community to stimulate the conversation.
Step up, woman. Step up.
What happened to you? What happened to you? What has become of you, Jim? You're under arrest.
Oh, no.
You know the drill. Empty your pockets.
Just run away.
$134,000 in bribes.
Tell them. Get it off. Get it off. Stand up. I did. I took the money. I took the money.
Thanks for your honesty.
I took the money.
Okay.
Oh, on the 11th of November, 2011, I went to jail.
The people in the scenes are not actors. They're people who've been affected by gambling.
My brother, he was away on a business trip in Singapore. He left everything with me. He trusted me with everything. Mortgage, under my name. Credit card, under my name. First homeowner's grant, under my name. So much money, what do? I'll just have a small bit. $500, that won't hurt.
Facilitate a space, sharing of stories, putting it into the body, bringing it through the voice, asking questions. People break off into small groups, they work out scenes, they improvise, and they build the confidence of self-expression.
I sat there, on the ledge. There's nothing left for me here. I did lose the house.
I did lose the house.
That I did affect her daughter's life.
Yeah.
I did affect her grandchildren's life.
Yeah.
That I did affect her own retirement. That she has
So
to...
maybe each one you would pick up whatever it is that she throws. We have to figure out what it is that you throw.
You? Because of you, at my age, I have to work when I should be retired.
Stupid loser.
People don't come into the space completely lucid. Why do I want to say that? Why do I want to be in this space? Why people want to share the story emerges, and it emerges from the dynamic of people sharing their stories. They discover a collective narrative. They discover a collective need to speak. They discover a collective power.
You took my money, didn't you? You took my money, didn't you?
One of the participants said very eloquently, giving up gambling, of course it's incredibly hard, but at a certain point, it's the easier part. It's actually when you choose to face yourself and not to numb all the feelings with gambling.
Don't look at me.
That's the hard part.
Did everything I could just to be here today. Stop looking.
You can't survive in the real world with your skin off. No. And when you look at this stuff, it's like you take your skin off.
It does help to, to go in there, and people are very supportive, and they, oh, are you all right? I can see that you're going through a hard time.
We've managed a way to work together rather than, okay, I don't like you or you, and I'm just not going to participate.
Yeah.
My life has hit me with a pile of shit and I've never given up.
No, I'm not saying you're going to give up or you've given up.
But you'll make it, when you say this stuff, it just makes me want to say, what's the point?
We've found ways to really develop a great foundation to build something.
That's the thread that goes through us all. It's all just, we're all in this together.
It's that really strong empathy and compassion.
I think fundamentally the work is about courage and going beyond fear. And firstly, it's the fear of the self, the fear to feel. And gambling is about trying to numb what you feel, where the workshops are absolutely the opposite.
There was no one worse than me. And of course, the negative thoughts, once you start thinking about the negative thoughts hang on. And of course, and in the end, I was nothing but negative thoughts. Suicide was always up my sleeve. But yes, I do have a bet too, but I haven't got a problem betting. No. I haven't got a problem drinking either, sir. No. Don't you worry about that, sir. I am on top of everything.
There's a great power in being witnessed. You're actually being witnessed for your own experience. So rather than, which is the antithesis of shame.
Shame shuts you down, keeps you dumb, keeps you numb, brings you back again and again and again.
Yeah, doing it in a play was really brought it to life. When I was rehearsing, I was sort of crying, and I was worried when I did it last week that I would cry, but I didn't.
And he's off. And it's a loaning apprentice, loan mechanic, 15 years old, working in a garage with men 3 times his age. And his friends, all his friends are gone, and everybody else is straight.
I was sick and tired of being sick and tired.
When they go out into the wider community, when an audience cries, laughs, acknowledges the potency of what they've just witnessed, they've witnessed the truth.
Dear Jenny and kids, I've been in jail for 3 months now and I still have 17 months of this hell to go. I don't know how, if I could ever build the bridge to redeem myself. I think you would be far better off without me. Dad.
I've got your letter.
Yeah.
And I've got to tell you, Jim, it's not just about you.
You promised me, Jim. You remember your promise to me? What did you promise me?
Strength and courage.
Strength and courage.
Yeah.
This isn't strength and courage. It's not just about you. The kids need you. I need you.
That's true.
Yeah, this is a shitty hole of a place to be in, but it's not going to last.
And cut.
What our work brings is the lived experience and the power of that, the courage of that, and everybody feels it.
That despair that was in the first scene, I related 100%.
Thank God I'm not the only one, that's been through that turmoil, that darkness, that despair.
Moments like today help me to reconnect from up here down to my heart and go, that's the way I felt.
We all feel more human after watching and being involved, and that is the fundamental function of this work. Going into the Vietnamese group, when I first went there, Bic had said to me, I don't think that our community are really ready to talk about gambling, but come in and maybe you can play a few games.
I always believe that When people are addicted to gambling, it's very difficult for them to deal with. They don't understand. And then if they don't have really good support, if we don't be in the same journey with them, they will drop out.
Okay, relax.
You start, Mira, everybody go. 3, 4. You've got a lot in your hands, but I can start to help to shape the stories better. So then we go, okay, we're ready, we've got 3 scenes, we go into the community, they're there, and we start the conversation with the wider community.
Mời mình đi diễn. Mình chưa diễn, sao mình chưa tập xong người ta mời đi diễn là mình
They urgently started to own the space. Mothers, grandmothers, daughters, nieces, aunts, brothers, community members who have felt the impact of gambling.
Sợ là nó cứ về nó tiền rồi tôi sợ nó đi ra ngoài nó làm những chuyện xấu. Nó đi theo người ta rồi người ta cho nó vay nặng lời quá nó không biết làm sao được, người ta nhờ nó bán xịt ke hay gì hay là kêu nó làm gì nó cũng có thể làm. Tôi sợ có thế đêm tôi không ngủ hay nó không về là tôi không ngủ được.
Ngày mai là người ta sẽ tới đây á, người ta đòi tiền con phải làm sao cho có cho người ta mới được. Mẹ không giúp con thì không có ai có thể giúp cho con được.
What's your feeling is, I know you've had to do a few times. Remember you coming in, you're so disappointed because you suspect she's back at the pokies, correct?
Nào má mới tỉnh thức. Má của con ngày xưa dạy con làm những điều hay lẽ phải.
Good on you. When you're true, I don't have to direct anything.
Sinh con ra trong bao nhiêu khó nhọc. Mẹ dỗ con yêu thương con thật thiết. Mong cho con luôn luôn ngoan hiền, rất no say.
And action, go. Yeah, go. That was better. Do it again. Boom, da. I was good at my job. I was very good.
Today, the tables turned because today the scenes are in Vietnamese.
Yes.
And the English speakers, we will have a very brief translation.
Hello? Sao? Đưa cái phòng khách rồi á. Chào mừng quá đi. Sài Gòn đẹp quá. Sài Gòn ơi, Sài Gòn ơi. La 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 la. La 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 la. Ôi trời đẹp quá, đẹp quá, đẹp bao ý. 1 year later. What? TV. Rồi, lại mất TV rồi. Mới để cái computer đây. Đây rồi. Biết nó lấy cái gì nữa.
I can say personally, some of the most powerful performances I've ever seen.
Là biết mấy những đêm ôm con trong tay không. Ước vai con, mẹ con biết con yêu mẹ nhiều. Dù câm nín nhưng con thật lòng muốn nói. Mẹ đừng mãi ra đi. Tôi không muốn mất gia đình tôi không muốn mất để cho con cái khổ nhục gì về tôi. Có người mẹ chơi cờ bạc như vậy.
Due to a number of the stories that were coming up in the Vietnamese community, particularly around loan sharks and a real desperation in the community of what to do and the fears that are there. And we started to talk about the police. And actually the police came to the group to actually watch one of the performances, which was an incredible opportunity to open a dialogue between the community and the police and to identify the gaps. Where is there distrust? What do we not know? What can we learn from each other?
From our perspective, the illegal part of it is
the threats, the intimidation, the harassment.
We should do more sessions with the Vietnamese community to educate them more about what can't they do. Yeah. They need to know where to go when it comes to police or where we can't do anything.
There's a lot to discuss and may it only be the beginning.
So, in essence, the project has worked in many different spaces. We didn't predict that we'd be called upon to connect and work within so many other different communities.
I'd like to introduce 3 sides of the coin from Link Health and Community.
Okay.
Sure.
I don't have a problem. I've just got no money.
我見到個女啊，2歲咁高，黑頭髮嚟見到未啊？喂，見到未啊？邊啊？邊啊？嚇？唔該，唔該你，先生你見到個女啊？我先喺度企咗喺度坐咗喺。And action! Here we go. 喂，嗰啲係我張凳嚟㗎，我㗎，好暈啊嘛。
It's a great deal of help because that's when we get exposed and able to open our heart and able to talk about it, which a lot of people may not know where to go.
I've been playing pokies for a long time. Nobody knows.
Another very spontaneous group that appeared in this project were community educators. They're bilingual workers who work with the leaders of various community groups, for example, the Macedonian, the Greek, the Arabic community group.
Every day, it's lonely. And the closest thing is the pokies. It's just around the corner. Kushina would be a doggy, he hits me, and I can't cope with him anymore. أنا محتاج حد يساعدني، محتاج حد يعمل حاجة.
Becomes increasingly important and urgent to educate communities around the dangers of gambling and encouraging communities to remember their power, their culture, the games that they can play.
I'm the president of Turkish clubs, and they always complain to me, why don't you take us for lunch? I said, we'll take you just for lunch, not gambling. What they do, they eat it quickly, and they run it.
Why should you come to a country with a lot of hopes and expectations and then your life crumbles? I'm talking at forums and even running programs, organizing events and things like that, which I would never have thought I was capable of doing.
To bring change into that space and start to share it with others is an incredible act of courage, and that is true advocacy.
That trade is my life. It brings it back every time, but it's still worth doing to change something, because I believe that there are other people out there who can't speak, people who carry such a burden of shame, because Louise says that she'd rather tell people she has a drinking problem than tell them she's a gambler.
Madam! Yes?
Let's talk about responsible gambling.
Uh-huh. Yeah, sure.
Stay in control.
Uh-huh. Oh, I'm in control.
Walk away.
Bye.
Read the signs.
Signs?
What
Signs?
signs?
Hey, I am responsible. I work extra hours so I can gamble.
I'm a very private person. I don't open up very easily. But when I did it, I felt there's a message.
Do you not enjoy driving on the highway? You know, hospitals, great hospitals. You know, where does the money come from?
But what I don't get is how come the Victorian government doesn't own up to its addiction to the income from gambling money? How come they don't feel any shame? And what about the industry? They call it an entertainment industry? That's a joke.
We can't do nothing about it. We can't just let it keep going. If we're going to lose a person a month to suicide over gambling, that's deplorable.
Mong là ai giang tay ra giúp đỡ cho tất cả những nạn nhân của cờ bạc.
Chính quyền police và cộng đồng giúp đỡ.
Stop! Okay! Stop! Casino!
What are you going to do about this problem? Elsa, it's your turn now.
The power of the advocate, that voice to rise up as it wants to rise up and speak as it wants to speak, less mediated, unbridled, as it wishes to be, and it risks itself and it works.
Cứ tiếp tục cho nó ăn tiền, không nó đi chơi kiểu đó thì mình cũng tự giết hại nó thôi. Rồi nó chết lần chết mòn mà chết không phải một lúc.
Let me see you smile, and if you're real good, I'll make you feel good. I'm very versatile. Let me entertain you, and we'll have a real good time. Oh yes, sir, we'll have a ring-a-ding time, 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 time.